the other briefing, and that was the only briefing that I was briefed on in that regard, we were not, I repeat, not told that waterboarding or any of these other enhanced interrogation methods were used. What they did tell us...
All right, now you know why America's wrecked. Nancy Pelosi. She didn't know nothing. Speaker of the House knew nothing about waterboarding. Well, let's go back in time for a minute. We know that George Soros wants to destroy America from within. So he's funding a demand for investigations, and as a result of the interrogation, to do a 9/11 on Los Angeles. What's wrong with you people? Are you upset over how the country has turned and why under Obama? Are you upset over anything that Obama has done, and what is it? 1-800-449-8255. MichaelSavage.com. New York, Tommy, welcome to the program. What's on your mind?
Just disgusted with the way things are going. It's very depressing. I hear
that, but what is it that you don't like about this professor and his actions? What if someone to say to you, what has the professor, the communist professor Obama, done most that you dislike? What would it be?
I would say airing our techniques on how we get information to our enemies. I mean, how worse, of a position can you put us in?
In other words, he's taking the opposition team's place.
Absolutely.
In other words, he's working for the other team. In plain English.
How would you give the enemy information on how we gain information from you? And
well, you wouldn't if they weren't your enemy. I mean, the giveaway was he bowed to the king of Saudi Arabia, which has never been done in history before. There's never been an American president or any other Democratic leader bowing to a king. Never. He does the ghetto pump with Hugo Chavez and takes an America-hating book from him. What does that say to you?
It's sad. It's sad.
Sad, yeah. It's another word that starts with an S, but it's not sad. 1-800-449-8255. But you don't care about this. Are the Republicans are your hope? Are you kidding me? You think Republicans are the hope? Which Republican? John McCain? Listen to Pill Jr. now on a show, a chick show. Listen to Pill Jr.
It's interesting when someone like me in the Republican Party is controversial, when I believe this party was an umbrella party in the days of Goldwater and Reagan, and I really think there's this movement going on.
Stop it. That whiny chick voice is the kind of music I hear in, like, Macy's, like I'm going to go buy underwear or socks. It's all that whiny chick music. She's controversial? What do you think she means by a big tent? Homosexuals, that's all. What do you think the code word is? Big tent. Big tent is gay. Everything is gay. That's all that matters to them. The whole world is melting down around us. All they care about is gays being able to marry. David can marry Billy. Janie can marry Harriet. Then the world will be perfect. Morons. A nation of idiots. 30 years of drugs, sex, and rock and roll. And you got Pill Jr. attacking conservatives. And Whoopi Cushion Goldberg saying, you can come back on my show. Joe in New York, WOR. Go ahead, please.
Michael, pleasure to talk to you. I work in the financial service business, and this is the biggest heist in the history of the world as to what's happening.
Okay, hold on. It is. It's the largest thievery in the history of the world, but who started it?
I agree with you when you say it's the Clinton/Bush administration.
Thank you. But it wasn't Clinton who got to the level that Bush did. It was the last 3 months of Bush, which I had warned my listeners about 6 months before. I said, this man is not through with us yet. Watch what Bush does in the last 3 months. I said that in the show, and Paulson pulled off the biggest heist in the history of the world.
And we're blind. It's amazing that the sheep are blind that Obama has picked up the perfect storm and he's taking the ball and now running with it.
But they threw him the ball. Don't you understand that he's not actually acting independently, that he is a puppet? He is a puppet. He is working for the very same paymasters that Bush danced to. But now he's just dancing on the other side of the aisle. They're not in control of this country. They do what they're told to do. The real controllers are Goldman Sachs and groups like that who sacked America.
No question, no question.
That's why you ought to call it Goldman Sacked, because it's Goldman Sacked America.
I totally agree with you, but my question
is... No, look, I saw this from a mile away. You remember what Paulson did overnight last November or December? It was in December. When everyone was asleep on a Sunday night, he converted Goldman Sachs' former company into a bank so they could receive TARP money. Do you remember that?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Paulson should be immediately arrested. He should be put in handcuffs. He should be given the perp walk, and he should be tried and indicted and tried for massive fraud.
Won't happen.
Why won't it happen?
The powers.
Why won't it happen? Because they own the president. That's why it won't happen. Because they own the president, they own the Congress, they own the Attorney General. That's why it won't happen. Instead, this socialist dictator turns around and says the most dangerous people in America are returning veterans with combat experience, anyone who opposes abortion, anyone who opposes illegal immigration. We're the real threat to America. In fact, his assistant attorney general doesn't know who MS-13 is. Did you hear that one? Eric Holder's assistant says, I don't know who MS-13 is. That's really amazing.
Ron Reagan here with an